let's start with Thursday night football.
I can't believe this is the game.
And we just giggle because of the game that it is. So it's the Titans and the Steelers. 2.5 in favor of the Steelers, and it is actually a juiced 2.5. We could be seeing a 3 for the Steelers. 36.5 is your total. The Titans are going to go with Will Levis. We don't have confirmation on that, but this is just me and Mike saying, hey, Titans, you're going with Will Levis. Like, this is what's going to happen in this one. We don't really know what's going on with the Steelers. I think we have to assume Trubisky, considering what we're...
Yeah, I would expect Trubisky.
So we're assuming it's Trubisky. So we're going to be getting, a backup situation for the Steelers and kind of the starter and waiting situation there for the Titans. 36.5 our total, and we've seen some of these bad games go under these super low totals already this past week. Short week for these teams. Second NFL start ever for Will Levis. Mitch Trubisky back in the saddle for the Steelers. Man, I know it's a standalone game, and I know what I'm just going to sit back and watch this thing. I can't imagine myself getting involved.
I'm angry because I like two things.
Wow.
I like the Steelers minus 2.5. Levis's first road game. I like the over. I think this is too low. You have high variance quarterback. We know Levis is going to chuck it at least 4 times, right? So you have a chance for big plays there, pass interferences, whatnot. You also, on the other side, look, this is a offense where, they looked terrible to get against Jacksonville. This is not a good secondary for Tennessee. Deontay Johnson looked pretty good out there. You're going to have some short fields if we get some turnovers. Like 36 is too low. I can't believe I like the over in a Tennessee-Pittsburgh game. My numbers say this should be 39.5. The look ahead was 37. I mean, I'm not going crazy here. Don't get me wrong. But over in the Steelers under a field goal for me.
So here's the only reason that if I was going to get something early in my account, I would be leaning towards the Steelers. And I do not like the Steelers.
Me either. I want to fade both these teams.
It would be because this game's on Thursday and the Titans might be sellers here in the next couple of days.
Well, we're also assuming it's Trubisky. What if it is Pickett? And it's a 2.5 difference. I mean, you could be getting the lowest possible line right now at 2.5 if somehow Pickett does end up playing in this game.
Yeah, you have to believe that the Titans that we saw today are not going to be the Titans we see on Thursday. Some way, shape, or form, they're going to have to get 1 or 2 of these guys out of there and try to start to rebuild here. This team's pretty old, and so I know you can't imagine a Titans team without Derrick Henry, but that's a real. That's a very real scenario, right? I mean, he is. You see now that he still has at least a little bit of value, but you got to know that the cliff is coming. And if you can get anything back for him at this point, I think if you're the Titans organization, you probably need to do that. And so that would be one of the other reasons why I would at least lean to a team that I really dislike in the Steelers. But there's just a couple of different factors in play that are outside of the stuff that's even happening on the field.
Yeah, I think that the fact that they won means they're probably not going to sell. We did hear a report that they told Derrick Henry they're not planning on trading him. I'd be surprised if they lied to him because he seems like one of those franchise guys. He wouldn't say that unless he comes to them and say, hey, I would love to be traded. Hopkins, to me, is the guy you got to keep an eye out. Because if you move Hopkins, there's not much weapons left on the outside here for this Tennessee team. So Hopkins is the one I'd be worried about. To me, this line can't go anywhere except more toward the Steelers. I don't see a world where people are going to get really excited about Will Levis on the road for the first time with a team that could be moving some pieces. And I do see some upside in Pittsburgh if we get a positive injury report. So if you're laying under a field goal, to me, this is a play on the Steelers.
Again, opening it up at 2.5 here, a little bit juiced towards the Steelers. 36.5 is your total.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.